Hey guys, welcome back to my page once again. So I was motivated to do this video, this topic, on a previous video that I did yesterday on should Oprah Winfrey become president? Should she run for president in 2020? And on that post, do you not know? First of all, it was a great discussion that we had yesterday. I had with you guys. Different people chimed in on the topic. But I got some visitors, interesting enough. Visitors that I didn't know anything about until yesterday. And after doing some research, I discovered that these visitors were a part of the alt-right group. They call themselves, on social media, they call themselves the Couch Gang. I laughed when they were on my post. I'm like, these have to be kids. At first, I thought they were kids, the way they were talking, and they were just saying random things that had nothing to do with the video, basically trolling on my post that I made on Oprah Winfrey becoming president. And they were just saying random things to distract away from the conversation, essentially. And I find it ironic, that they decided to choose that particular post to raid out of all of the posts. When I did more research, I found out that this group is notorious for doing that, especially on causes related to social issues affecting the African American community. And so I did some research and I found out that they call themselves the alt-right group, which stands for Alternative Right-Wing Group, which include a group of white supremacists, the KKK, and neo-Nazis, amongst other hate groups. And it's just sad. It made me think about how divided this country is, not just within the African American community. We talk a lot about how, the black community need to sit together, and just like, no, white people are the most divided in this country, in America. We call America. You have Republicans, you have Democrats, you have right wing, you have left wing. It's like, what is all of this? Heterosexuals versus the LGBT community. It's just sad. All these different groups within America are fighting each other, yet we're supposed to be the most powerful country in the world. Then I found out that Trump basically releases a statement about immigration coming from Africa and coming from Haiti. And he goes to say we don't need immigrants from those quote-unquote shithole countries. And no, it's not a surprise that will come from our president, right? Because we know, like, his personality. He says anything out of his mouth. A lot of it is just to make himself feel better. And it's sad because he is supposed to be our leader, yet and still we have this, what is he? He's supposed to be a leader and we're supposed to look up to this man, right? But I'm like, what is he trying to lead? What is this man trying to do? What is Trump trying to do? What kind of war is he trying to start in our country? And with, sorry guys, and with other countries. It's kind of windy out. Whoa, sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry. It's like, what kind of war is he trying to start within our country and with other countries? And the continent of Africa included. It's just like, Africa is big. It's a huge continent. What is this man doing? First it was immigration. First he was trying to attack Mexicans and, Muslims. And it's just like, now he's attacking Africans. When we all know the history of Africa and its connection to America with slavery, that Africans were brought over from Africa to build America, yet he has the nerve to say that out of his mouth. It's like, it's so sad. I feel like we really live in some sad times in our country. This is on top again. I know y'all gonna kill me. Like, look how windy it is out here. It's a beautiful day out here in LA, by the way. And it bothers me because I know this is not a kind of country I would want to raise my kids. I don't even have any kids, but if I had kids, it's like, I wouldn't want to raise my kids in this country. When we thought we were supposed to be moving towards progress and change And we have all of this fighting going on, all these wars going on between these different groups. Makes absolutely no sense at all. Let me hold the phone just in case. It makes absolutely no sense at all. And I feel like a lot of these groups are just created just to start things, just to be hate, just to be mean towards other groups of people. Like we have the Black Lives Matter movement, and we know the importance of Black power and Black Lives Matter evolving from Black power, the Black Power movement. We know the importance. We know what it's about, racial inequality in our country and police brutality and the injustices that have been served to the African American community. We know what's the purpose of the Black Lives Matter movement, but it's interesting to see how they will take, these hate groups will take a good cause such as the Black Lives Matter movement and try to change the narrative to make it seem as though we are a threat. We are a threat to the status quo. We are a threat to the establishment. And then they want to create groups like the alt-right group who is specifically targeted towards Black people. It's all about maintaining the establishment of America, the racist, unequal standing of America that we have. It's really confusing because people that from the outside looking in think, oh, America is just this beautiful, powerful, united country. And it's like, apparently not. Apparently not, because look, this country allows ignorance to flourish. It allows it. You have these hate groups on social media. Where is the FBI? Where is the FBI when we need them, But the FBI is focused on Black Lives Matter, want to redefine it to say that, oh, they're Black extremists. No, these are just Black people fighting for their lives, fighting for their identity. Because our identity, our culture, our traditions have been stripped away from us. So now that we've waken up and want to reclaim our identity as Africans, we're considered a threat to this country. That's so retarded. When we thought this was supposed to be a free country, that we can express ourselves. They appreciate different people from different cultures, different religions, different languages, How is it that people are being silenced and they have to adapt and they have to assimilate to this racist American culture that really doesn't give two shits about them? It's a sad, unfortunate reality. The outright group. And they hiding on social media, they hiding behind the name Couch Game. So what they'll do, like people like myself who raise awareness on these kinds of social issues, especially being an African American, a Black person, they will target, they wait for us to go live. They jump on our feed and try to rate it and just distract away from the conversation. Like, that is so pointless. You guys go watch my previous video that I made on Oprah becoming president in 2020. And it wasn't about necessarily Oprah becoming president. No, these people just targeted me because I'm Black. And they say, oh, well, you're pulling a race card. No, it's not pulling a race card. It's pretty clear that you guys are a hate group. Because look at your comments. Just look at your comments. Just full of hate. And I want to touch up on that for a brief minute because I'm on break right now at my internship site. But I'm like, why is there so much hate? What is wrong with white people? We talk about hate within a Black community. Go back and look at that video I made yesterday on Oprah becoming president in 2020, and you will see white people have the most hate. They are some hateful people. If anything, Black people, we love each other. I feel like a lot of this infighting, and not to say we can't own partial responsibility, but a big portion of the responsibility, I think, is attributed to white people. Hateful, racist, white people who want to stir up dissension within the African American community and get us fighting and hating each other when they hate themselves. You get what I'm saying? Like, we have no reason to hate each other. I look at some of these comments that these people from the alt-right group leave, and it's just, it don't make any sense. They're trying to speak in code. Some of them are coming right out just being racist. No questions asked, And There's no FBI to surveillance all of this activity going on. So they are not hate. They're not extremists, right? It's okay for white people, white supremacists, to be extremists and to go around dishing out hate towards people, which you would think that is a crime, right? But when black people, we get on here and we fight for our identity, we fight for our freedom, we're labeled as extremists. We're labeled as terrorists. Are you freaking serious? We talk about a double standard in this country. That is a huge double standard. And it's really sad. It's really sad. This is the world we live in. And they wonder why African Americans form the narrative of not trusting America, right? Having their guard up, because how can you trust a country that lets you down so many times? And then we have this so-called leader, Donald Trump, with his silly self, just saying any and everything that comes to his mind. And I think a lot of it's just to get a reaction. And nothing is done about it. It's like, okay, this is where we are at now. Is this where we are in this country? And you expect, and then they have the nerve to, here we go again, the wind, you guys. And then they have the nerve to demand or expect people to stand for the national anthem at these NFL football games and NBA basketball games. Like, who really can respect the national anthem? Even if you grew up with your hand over your heart pledging allegiance to the flag in grade school, and you grew up standing up singing the national anthem at, public events and gatherings. Hell, by the time you reach an adult, all of that freaking stuff that you've been exposed to, all this racism and hatred coming from white people, and not just white people, but people in power in America towards African Americans and minorities, who the fuck would want to stand up and say Pledge of Allegiance? Who the hell would want to stand up and say the national anthem? Hell, I remember growing up, I used to love singing the national anthem. I used to think I could sing. I had a little voice or whatever growing up. And I used to be proud to sing the national anthem. I was very patriotic. I was proud of the red, white, and blue. But come on. It's like after a while, I'm at the park, you guys, but it's like after a while, when you get exposed to all of this hatred and racism, you begin to lose that patriotism. You begin to lose respect for your own goddamn country. How is America serving African Americans? They care about everybody else, but what about African Americans? And then just looking at people from other countries, it's like I thought we were supposed to be a melting pot. I thought America was supposed to be a country that promotes cultural diversity. So why is it that we have so much hatred and animosity towards immigrants? Why is this big thing about immigration? I feel like, I said this with my supervisor in my meeting the other day, I feel like America is on high alert, super high alert. Like, they don't know who to trust, and it's just stupid to have this so-called build a wall and to want to keep all these immigrants. First of all, how the hell we get to this point anyway? Like, what the fuck is going on? Because before all of this shit with Trump and immigration, like, we let anybody in. People want to say, oh, we been had strict immigration laws. No, we fucking didn't. All kind of people was coming into this country, and we know that. People from all over was getting in here, and then that's the reason why we have so many illegal fucking immigrants. So to say, oh, the country been had best up immigration laws before then, no. This country was letting in everybody. And all of a sudden, Trump, with his little bit of power that he has with his pen in his mouth, want to sit up here and put up a ban. And Americans are like, what? What the fuck is going on? Why is he doing this? Are you trying to start a war? Because apparently it seems like that. Are you trying to start some shit? To me, it's sad for when you have leaders in position to have that much power, and they know the power that they have, yet and still, what do? they abuse that power. This makes me wonder, did Trump get a psycho evaluation done on him? Maybe he might need one. He needs to be evaluated seriously, because this man is unstable, and you put him in front of a mic and he's supposed to be the president of our country. There's no way you guys can sit back and allow this stuff to happen. They're talking about impeach President Trump. Like, come on, y'all give this man the mic. He doesn't have any accountability for his actions and his words. So apparently this is what y'all want. Y'all want to start a war. People like fighting. They like blood and gore. People live for that, apparently. About the division within our own country, within America, is like when you make certain moves like that, right? You know, and you got Africans that live here, and you're talking about, oh, you don't want no people from the shithole country of Haiti. You know, you don't want people from shithole countries in Africa. It's like, dude, what the hell are you trying to get started? What the hell are you trying to get started? Do you really think people are going to support American citizens are going to support your motherfucking ass and support America when you're talking like that? I feel like all of this is just to start to get people riled up. And I think that's what they want to do, so that then the FBI, they can get under the surveillance of the FBI, right? Under the radar of the FBI. When you get people riled up about these kinds of things, as people start to basically, damn it, you know, if I'm going to post this video, you guys. This is like all this wind, but people get riled up. People start to respond. You know what? So I'm going to do this. People start to respond to Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's like stooping down to somebody's level. You see his ass talking ignorant, acting ignorant, and then you got people that want to respond to it. Don't fall into that trap of talking ignorant like his, because his ass is ignorant. Don't jump on that bandwagon, you know? Because I feel like that's exactly what they want. They want to stir up controversy in people. Get people all bent up, out of shape. You know, that's why I want to make this video, to encourage you guys, like, don't get caught up in that mess. You know, me, yes, I'm very much interested in politics, but I'm still even very careful about what I say, how I go about situations, you know? We have to be careful how we move. And it's just sad to see that there's so much hatred within white people. We talk about hatred. No, I think it's way more hatred in white people. Because black people, we don't do it like that. You get what I'm saying? We may have our bitterness, our anger, but how y'all go about it, white people, with this alt-right group, and you just being evil unnecessarily. You know, I understand. Trust me. You guys feel like this is your country, so you want to protect it by any means necessary. You have symbols of Confederacy all around America. People want to protect the history. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I feel like history is important to preserve on both sides. No matter if it's Confederate history, African history, whatever. I get it. But it's the way you go about it. You know, I feel like showing themselves ignorant. Like, do these people know how silly they look? Want to be thugs. White people want to be thugs. Want to be KKK. Want to be thugs. Want to be hard. To show like, okay, they're ruthless. But I'm like, no. They some fucking bitches. Apparently. Because they hide behind the white fucking uniforms. They hide behind screens. You know, computer screens, cell phone screens. It's like, come on, come from behind those pictures. You're dealing with children. That's how I felt like on my video that I made yesterday, that all those people just got on there from the alt-right group and just started going out raiding the post. I'm like, I felt like those were children. Or monkeys out of a zoo. That somebody just let these monkeys out the zoo, and they just came over here to my post. And I welcome them with open arms, you know? I'm like, this is crazy. This is the country that we live in. Like, what is this? This is sick, you know? And then when it comes down to, because first it starts with ignorance, and you got people just saying negative things towards people, right? Hatred, spewing hate comments. It starts with that. And I feel like the FBI acting like they don't have to intervene when they see instances like that on social media, because, oh, it's just freedom of speech. And it's like, no, it's not just freedom of speech. You got people that actually, a group of people that are organized and walking around here thinking and talking like that. It starts in the mind first. It starts in the mind. It's only a matter of time before they actually act out on what they think. See, they got the assumption that, oh, they ain't going to act out on it. These people are not going to do anything. They're harmless. Because I read an article on it, and I even posted an article on the video that I made yesterday with Oprah becoming running for president in 2020. And even in the article, they said, oh, this is a harmless group. They're harmless. They're not going to do anything. They just get on social media and say words, you know, just type words out. They're harmless. They're not going to do anything. But just think, it starts there. It starts with the negative talk, the hatred, the hate comments. And then with social media, we know how things get blown up. People read comments and they learn from it, right? It's like they're modeling behavior, essentially. So if people are looking at these comments and they see, okay, well, these people get to do this. You could actually, you know, go around. It's okay, apparently, in America, to just go around and spew hate comments towards other people and come organize as a group, thousands of people, and just go and start attacking people with words. A matter of time. It's going to be a matter of time before it actually happens in so-called real life, where people are actually acting out these things, you know, physically. Is that, I guess, what they want? Apparently so. And so you get cases like George Zimmerman with Trayvon Martin, how he felt like he could do that. He could take his life, because in this country, that's what they promote. They promote hatred within groups. And you have people acting out on it, saying, oh, it's freedom of speech. There's a line, I think, that should be drawn. People get on here, even black people get on here and express themselves, but you don't see black people saying, oh, let's go out there and attack white people. Let's go out there and do harm to white people. Yes, we have a bitterness and a hatred towards the system that is keeping black people oppressed, you know? And we even have to get better organized on how we go about this situation, you know? But trust and believe, you know, black people ain't doing nothing harmful to white people. FBI can forget about that. But we've seen millions of cases where white people actually act out on their ignorance. And they go out and they feel like they have permission to put their hands on a black person. They feel like they have the permission to do certain things to black people, believing that the law is going to stand behind them because there's a double standard. Yeah, if it was a reverse situation, it wouldn't be that way. And we say this is America, the land for the free, for the all. It's like, get the fuck out. How can this be a land for the free, for the all, when you got some people that can get away literally with murder and other people just sitting down on the sidelines like, okay, help us. This shit got to stop, and I feel like we need somebody level-headed to replace our president, because apparently, it's obvious this man is not level-headed. You know, he might be a great business leader, but when it comes to politics and when it comes to being the president of our country, no, he is not the best person for it. I don't know how the hell did he get elected. How in the hell did Trump get elected? You guys comment below. You guys are just peeking in and tuning in. Feel free to comment below and share your opinions on this. I'm talking about a divided country. Being America, our country is divided. There's no way people can stand for this country. There's no way people can take pride. Yeah, the only people that may take pride is the white supremacists, but it's only a few of them. It may seem like they are the dominant. No, they ain't dominant. They're not so dominant. Because guess what? Majority of people that live in America was not even born in America. So most of us are immigrants when you think about it. And you got a man, supposed leader, attacking all these immigrant groups. Dude, America is falling apart. Literally, it's falling apart. Don't you see that? Am I the only one that sees this? America is falling the hell apart. Y'all think for a minute that people going to stand for America? You got athletes that's willing, multi-million-dollar paid freaking athletes that have contracts that are willing to oppose this system, to say, you know what, fuck a goddamn paycheck. Fuck those millions of dollars. I'm not standing for this shit. And people say, oh, it's not, he didn't not stand because of the injustices. You know, they say it's about the flag. It's about both. It's about the injustices, but it's about the flag too. To say, fuck this goddamn country. Just go ahead and keep it real. I made a video about that. About Colin Kaepernick and the real cause of him, you know, not standing and deciding to kneel. And though he trying to play the fence, trying to play it safe, so to speak, he still wasn't safe, even with kneeling. You know, they still had a problem with him, even just kneeling. He shouldn't even did that. Should have said, fuck that, you know. The message that he was sending is very clear. The black community don't want to own it. They don't want to say, because it's, you know, they're afraid, or Uncle Tom's, or, you know, just, master gonna get us, so we can't say fuck the flag. You know, that's not what he was saying. We was just saying we just want justice. We just want our rights. Bullshit. Like, come on, black people. We can't be afraid. And other people in America can't be afraid to say, you know what? Fuck America. We got 4th of July coming up in a couple months. If people don't like, the only way change is going to happen is if we all unite as a country. And I got to get back. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Before I end this video, I'm going to go ahead and say this. You know, if we expect progress to happen in this country and good things to happen for people of all groups in this country, we're going to have to unite together. White, black, gay, it don't matter. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what group you are part of. We need to unite for what is right, for humanity's sake. You get what I'm saying? For our own life's sake. Because if you ain't careful, a war gonna break out right here on American soil. Don't y'all see that? Don't y'all see that? This ain't just something that people are speculating. This is some shit that is gonna play out. Because it's already, like, you see the beginning of, like the Bible says, birth pains. You see it. It's already been predicted, you know, and I feel like, what are y'all trying to do? Like I was saying, we have the holiday, 4th of July coming up. It's supposed to be Independence Day for America. If y'all really stand by y'all independence and really want to fight for something, I feel like it should be a whole protest nationwide on 4th of July Day. Everybody, minorities, we are the majority in this country. That's including Latinos, everybody from any other country, Muslims. We are the majority in this country. They may call us minorities, but we are the majority. And it should be protests on 4th of July. To number one, get Trump ass out of office, and to protest just hatred. That's what we need to protest. Fuck Black Lives Matter and all of this other bullshit. And I get it. I understand it. Because I remember when Black Lives Matter was first surfacing and somebody was saying, oh, Black Lives Matter is a jinx. You know, it's a hoax. It's just something created by the white man to get black people fighting. You know, just to start these wars within our country. And it's like, on one hand, you know what? That's probably where actually it is. And then they created the whole hashtag All Lives Matter. Because when it boils down to it, y'all, we got to stick together. Black, white, whoever, we just have to stick together for humanity's sake, for our country's sake. You get what I'm saying? For the world's sake. And stand up on 4th of July. I challenge everybody who's watching this post, like, something, we got to organize a movement for 4th of July. And don't be out there talking about, oh, singing the fucking national anthem and looking at fireworks and shit. And popping firecrackers. No, man. Wearing red, white, and blue like everything is all good. Everything ain't good, y'all. We're in a very vulnerable state right now in this country. You know, just look. Hello, just if y'all pay attention and listen to the president. Me, I have been ignoring him for a while. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to my doorstep, they all up on my posts. These alt-right group, racist ass white supremacists, all on my freaking posts, talking nonsense, then yeah, I have to respond. I have to respond to his ignorant ass. And I looked it up, and me doing research on this couch gang they call themselves on social media, which they really are the alt-right group, which stands for alternative right-wing group, conservatives, white supremacists, KKK, neo-Nazis. That led me to sit up here, and I was talking to my friend, and he told me about, oh, you heard what Trump said? I'm tired of hearing, oh, you heard what Trump said. I'm like, fuck Trump. Fuck Trump, but you know what? It's time to really say, you know what? We got to come together. I swear, we have to come together. Y'all think that this country care about y'all? So-called white supremacists. A lot of y'all living in poverty. I clicked on some of those profile pictures, and I'm like, yo, it's some poor white people talking about you fighting for white supremacy. How dumb is that? How you gonna fight for white supremacy and your ass ain't even got money to pay your fucking bills? You barely can keep a roof over your goddamn head, but you fighting for white supremacy. That's bullshit. This country don't give a fuck about you. If anything, we gotta unite. Every group gotta unite. Put all these labels aside. Fuck the labels. Unite for one common cause. That's what it's supposed to have been. Everybody thought that's what America was. This country that was united. And it was about humanity. You know, capitalism. Shit, I'd rather unite on capitalism and y'all just be capitalists than sitting up here uniting on some bullshit. This group versus that group. You know what I'm saying? It's pointless. He don't want to take it there. He don't want to start no war. That shit gonna end up, people gonna die on all fronts. If you start a war, he gonna lose people. Everybody gonna lose people. He might lose his own life. You get what I'm saying? Everybody is just like, you know what? Like, he's sending his words. And I ain't mean to kill yourself. You get what I'm saying? I mean to do the total opposite. You know? Because it's stirring up hatred. You don't want to stir that up in people. Hatred. Just look at the comments of my video. These people have hatred brewed up in their hearts because they listen to Donald Trump. Donald Trump get on social media, mainstream news, and you got these racist white people. Oh, yeah. Like, he the fucking ringleader. Donald Trump has like the fucking head of the KKK or something. Head of the white supremacist group. Head of the alt-right group. Because you got people like, yeah, that's like giving them fucking more motivation to go out and be more hateful towards people. It's like, do you really want that? Do you really want that? So you're going to just dismiss all the contributions that African Americans have made to this country. And we tied to Africa. African Americans, although, yes, we are geographically distant from Africa, we still have connections to Africa. You don't think that? It may look like African Americans and Africans are divided, but let some shit go down. That's going to unite us. Everything happens for a reason. So, okay, maybe he's making those statements for a reason. Let him go ahead and make those statements. We can go with it either way. But I'm just making this video to say, hey, we can go about it a smart way. It's a smart way or it's a not so smart way to go about this situation, you know? And don't think for a chance that African Americans and Africans cannot unite. We are not the same group that y'all brought over here on the freaking boat. Trust and believe that. African Americans are not that same group. You might think that we docile, we defenseless, we can't protect ourselves and fight for ourselves. Okay, is that what y'all really want? They really think, I feel like for him to make such dismissive statements towards certain groups of people, that's a power. He has this illusion that he has so much power, and that's what happens when they say power corrupts, right? You get so much power that your real self start to come out. And we start to see, okay, this is a motherfucking goddamn devil. We fucking elected a devil to run this goddamn country. You know? He not even in control of his own self. There's no way this man can run a business and Fortune 500 companies with that kind of instability in his fucking head, man. There's no way. How? I mean, he already has a wealth built up now, I guess, but it's just no way. This shit is going to crumble, man. This shit is going to crumble. If you think for one chance that black people stand alone in this fight, y'all got another thing coming. That's a twisted way of thinking. That's a twisted reality. That's just like going into a boxing ring and you underestimate your opponent. Don't do that. Just because black people, we walk around, we all calm, you know. We found a way to integrate and adapt to this system, even though it's racist and oppressive. We found a way. So we go to church. You got black people go to church every Sunday. Praise God. We calm with it, right? Don't think for a chance. Don't let that fool you. Because that's like underestimating your opponent. Now, I remember growing up back in the day, and you got people hyping up a fight. So-and-so gonna fight, so-and-so gonna fight. And you always think, people think that just because you might walk alone, or you might walk a certain way, you alone, you ain't got nobody, right? Until some shit goes down. Then you see who black people in this country got. I feel like they just have no idea. Other minority, so-called minority, I don't even like that term, minority group, but let's just go with it. Other minority groups stand with African Americans. Other groups from other countries stand with African Americans. So I think that's why the so-called white supremacists, what I'm learning, and this is really good, rich information I'm learning too, especially since I've been out here on the West Coast. That's the reason why California didn't want Trump. It's, millions and millions of people that are against white supremacy. They feel just like black people feel, oppressed and done wrong, mistreated. So many people feel like that. So you think for a chance we stand alone in this freaking war, in this fight? Hell, fuck no, we don't stand alone. Hell no. Hell no, I guarantee you that. You think for a chance. White people think for a chance. I think it's an illusion that they think that they are the dominant. They are not dominant. White people are not dominant in this world. They ain't even dominant in this country. If you consider take all the minorities and immigrants together and put us all in one boat, which we pretty much all already in one boat. But guess what? They see all of us the same way. Trump don't care about y'all. I don't care what country you come from. They don't care about y'all. You're not born in this country. He don't care. He don't even care about his own people in the country. What makes you think he's going to care about y'all immigrants? I think that's what he feel like. He got power. They got money, so they can throw a couple dollars in people's face and get them to shut up, to form allies. It's like, no. People going to fight for what's right because they see what's happening. Families are being divided. You get what I'm saying? It's impacting families. They don't want that. Y'all, I don't think they want that. If anything, it's best to be smart and be diplomatic. And that's the reason why I created a video about electing Oprah for president in 2020, because she's a more level-headed person. We need somebody level-headed, a communicator, somebody who's very diplomatic, like Obama was, But keep that shit down. Keep it down. We can still be a world power, be the most powerful country in the world, but you don't have to go about it in that way. That's dumb. Like they say, what they call it, pride comes before a fall. Don't y'all see that happening with our country? This man his pride, his head is all the way up here. It's only a matter of time for a boom. These motherfuckers drop and fall, and America fall flat on their goddamn face. We don't need that shit, man. I just think that it can be a better way to go about things, Don't want that. We don't want that. America that's the thing. When you got a country that think they just so powerful and they got the biggest military, they got the biggest this and biggest that. Y'all don't know. People got all kind of other tricks up their sleeve, man. It's all kind of tricks that people can pull out their sleeve. So don't never underestimate your enemy and your opponent. If anything, it's just wise, I feel like, for us to put all this stupid shit that people fighting over behind the labels and stuff and say, you know what, let's just fight for humanity. Let's just unite and fight for humanity. Because that's what it's really about. Everybody just want to survive and have good quality of life at the end of the day. That's it. And want to be with their family, instead of all this separatism. We don't need that shit. We don't need it. But it seems like we live in this day and age. It's about entertainment. Who can you entertain? How can you make profit off of this? Just acting a fool. He's getting attention. It's like he feeds off that attention that he's getting. We don't need it, y'all. You don't want to upset people. Let people, if black people and other people in this country come here and they working, let them people work. Don't sit up here and create situations you saying hateful comments, hateful remarks towards certain groups of people when they are doing fine. Leave them alone. You was like, let good enough long be, how they say it. Leave it alone. If it's not broke, don't freaking fix it. Don't freaking stir up controversy. If things are going well, which they were, for the most part in this country, people going to work every day, minorities, even though black people feel like we entitled to shit, from our history and stuff and what's going on with this country and oppression. But no, you still black people say, okay, you know what? Yes, we entitled to our 40 acres and a mule. Yeah. Yes, we see all these racial injustices, all this fucking police killing and violence and stuff. But you know what? We're going to still get up and go to work every day and work for these white people. Still clock in. We're going to still get up and feed into this tax system that benefits the rich and wealthy. You know, if you see people are functioning and the system is functioning, don't go out there and be saying some stupid shit. Donald Trump on social media just to start wars and stuff and to create this fucking fighting within America between all these groups of people. For what? Creating all these fake ass groups. We don't even know who the fuck they are. Like, come out. You don't never show your face. You want to hide behind the screen. That's what y'all want? So they can initiate a police state. That's what they want. So they can have full control. That's just stupid. Y'all don't want no country. You don't think people gonna resist that shit? No. Yes, they will. If people are used to, and especially people, even the fucking conservatives, they used to this country being a certain way for so many years and being free and being liberal, and then y'all all of a sudden want to administer some fucking police state to try to control people. You think people not gonna stand up and resist that shit and fight it? Oh, best believe people gonna fight and resist that shit. That's what I think they're trying to ease it in on us, you know, and try to cover it up with, oh, it's for your safety. So they heighten level of fear in people, get people all riled up, worried about, oh, this group, that group, fighting and all this shit in wars, these rumors and stuff. And then when people's fear is heightened up just enough, they'll implement a police state to say, okay, we got this. We're going to come in. We're going to, get everything under control. But it ain't the kind of control that y'all want. You definitely don't want that shit. Americans ain't used to that. We don't know nothing about no fucking dictatorship and living like that. We don't know nothing about that. So let me go in this video, but I had to say that, and hopefully you guys are able to hear me. Sorry for dropping the freaking phone. It's the wind, y'all. It's really nice out here. Really nice weather. And I am going to come to you guys to do another video on one of my favorite topics, BDSM, because I got some info today, y'all, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But thank you guys for tuning in. Feel free to leave your comments on this video, share it with your friends, and we have to freaking unite, because I'm about tired of it right now, Don't come knocking on my freaking doorstep with that dumbass shit. Even I was talking to the police officer friend or whatever, and I'm telling him, like, no, that shit ain't gonna fly on my post. It's not gonna fly. Some people, it just don't fly. You get what I'm saying? It may fly with some other people, it just ain't gonna fly with me. You're not gonna come call yourself saying, oh, freedom of speech, and y'all on my post, alt-right group, you white supremacists, and saying hateful things. I'm like, I will make a report to the FBI my freaking self. They're gonna do something about it. You're talking about, oh, no, they ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'm like, dude, whose side are you on? I might have to cut your motherfucking ass off. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it boils down to. Right versus wrong. It ain't white versus black. It's right versus wrong. Because guess what? It'll show up at your freaking doorstep. And you'll be like, oh, come help me. No. If y'all want to say, oh, it's white versus black, or this group versus that group, it should be about right versus wrong. Point blank. And like I told him, they come back to my post, I'm reporting they behind to the FBI and to make sure some shit go down. Something gets done, because that is inappropriate. It's inappropriate. You're not going to tell me we live in this freaking country. There's supposed to be justice for all, and y'all going to tolerate people leaving hate comments on my freaking post. It ain't going down like that. I'm surprised they ain't come on this shit today. Because I told them, like, I'm ready. I ain't got all the time in the world. As y'all don't see. If y'all can't see that by now, I have a lot of time on my hands. So, hey, I'm the right fucking one, Y'all doing stupid shit. People live for ignorance. It's like, y'all don't get tired of that, white people? KKK? I get it. Fight for the establishment. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody can have their groups, right? Black people got their groups to fight for black power. White people got their groups to fight for this, maintaining the establishment. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that. But don't be attacking me individually. You don't know me. Don't come attacking me individually. You don't even know my views. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm black, you want to come attack me? Y'all gonna really start a freaking war if it ain't one already. Is y'all come knocking on the right doorstep? But let me go. I love you guys. Because like I say, I'm about love and peace. Like, look, just like my purse said. Peace. That's what I like to promote. Look at this beautiful park I'm at. That's what I like to promote. So let me go ahead and end this vlog. Get off this and start rambling and talking to you guys. Because I've said enough. This shit gotta stop. Shit gotta stop. Somebody gonna put an end to fucking Donald Trump. Somebody gonna put an end to his behind. For real. He can't control his mouth and the stuff he say. I want to know, like, what is driving him to say these things. I'm really curious to see, like, what is driving him to talk like a freaking uneducated person. You know? Alright, let me go, y'all, because I can't hear him anyway. But catch you guys later. Love you guys, and goodbye.